Heya Cryptozens, it's 10 p.m. Pacific time. My name is Nikodemus, and welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter, where we take a nightly look at the crypto, NFT, and metaverse space. And keep in mind, nothing in this show should ever be considered financial advice. It's 10 p.m., Thursday night, December 29th, 2022. You're almost to the weekend, so let's go. And much like last night, I want to start tonight's episode off with a warning, because the financial regulator in California has issued warnings about 16 potential scams. These are crypto scams. And these warnings were issued on December 28th and 29th, and they advised consumers to be particularly cautious of potentially fraudulent crypto websites and brokers. The California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation rarely issues more than one warning at a time. However, it has released multiple warnings about potential crypto scams in the past. For example, on June 15th, the department issued 26 warnings about potential crypto scams. According to the financial regulator, people have lost up to $1.2 million in scams related to crypto. These scams include romantic swindling schemes and advanced fees scams. Many people fell victim to these scams after receiving friendly social media messages from the scammer. The scammer then used those messages to develop a relationship with the victim. Some of these scams attempted to impersonate well-known entities by using names such as eth.wintermute.net and Uniswap LLC and RB Hood. The California financial regulator has advised consumers to be cautious when considering offers for investment or financial services. In staying with the government here, because we have a warning and the first of two CBDC alerts. The first one is right here in the U.S. Michael Greco is a policy research director at the Digital Dollar Project. According to him, it's more of a question of when it will be a CBDC and not if. And while he said that a digital dollar may be established in the United States in the next few years, the Federal Reserve is waiting for Congress to pass legislation before it moves forward with the project. Greco does not expect Congress to pass such a law in the coming year, but he expects that the topic will be discussed more on Capitol Hill, particularly with regards to privacy. Josh Lipsky is the senior director of the Atlantic Council's Geoeconomic Center. He stated that central bank digital currencies have made significant progress in other parts of the world, including South Korea and Europe. According to Lipsky, the European Central Bank may move to the pilot phase of a digital euro next year. That would be a significant development considering the size of the European Union. He also stated that U.S. authorities will be watching closely to see how the ECB addresses privacy concerns and how the digital currency will interact with the banking system. Lipsky also sees the potential for a wholesale central bank digital currency, which would be used for transactions between banks, unlike retail currency, which would be used by consumers in everyday transactions. He stated that the problems faced by some cryptocurrency exchanges, such as the recent implosion of FTX, do not apply to central bank digital currencies. Now, the second CBDC alert comes from Turkey, because the Central Bank of Turkey has successfully conducted the first sets of tests with its Turkish digital lira. Payment transactions were carried out on the Central Bank Digital Currency Network as part of an initial testing phase. The central bank will continue testing its Turkish digital lira in the first quarter of next year with small-scale, closed-loop applications and technological stakeholders. The results of these tests will be shared in a comprehensive evaluation report. The Turkish digital lira will move to the advanced stages of testing in 2023, according to the Central Bank of Turkey. During this time, the central bank will conduct pilot tests with broad participation, including banks and financial technology companies. According to the Central Bank of Turkey, studies on the legal aspects of the Turkish digital lira have shown that digital identification is crucial for the project. Therefore, the bank will prioritize studies on the technological requirements as well as the economic and legal framework of the digital Turkish lira throughout 2023. In October, the Turkish Presidential Strategy and Budget Directorate released an annual program for 2023 that included plans to discuss a CBDC This CBDC would be integrated with the digital identity in the Turkish central bank's payment system, FAST. Now, from Turkish CBDCs, let's take a look at Chinese NFTs, because China is launching its first national NFT marketplace. It will be state-backed and will be a secondary market for NFTs and digital asset copyrights. Opening on January 1st, 2023, it will be a secondary market for trading NFTs. The platform was created by the state-owned Chinese Technology Exchange, as well as the state-owned Art Exhibitions China and a private corporate entity called Huban Digital Copyrights. The new Chinese NFT platform will also allow for trading of copyrights related to digital assets. The goal of this project is to regulate and prevent excessive speculation in the secondary NFT markets. Yu Jiaying is an expert on digital assets and metaverse developments in China, and they said that digital asset industry needs more supervision and regulation. He noted that laws, regulations, and supervisory policies related to digital assets are not yet fully developed. This creates uncertainty. Platforms have a responsibility for the listing and trading of digital assets, and these assets face a greater risk of regulatory issues related to the intellectual property rights and digital copyrights. The Hangzhou Internet Court in China previously ruled that NFTs are virtual property protected by law and have characteristics that make them similar to property rights such as value, scarcity, controllability, and tradability. Cryptocurrency exchanges are banned in China, but the possession of cryptocurrency is recognized as a virtual property protected by law. And while we're on the topic, a national white paper shows that over 1,400 Chinese companies are working in the blockchain industry. The Chinese government has included blockchain technology in its official state development policy, even though it has partially banned cryptocurrency. On December 29th, the state-owned China Academy for Information and Communications Technology published a report called 2022 Blockchain White Paper. This report says that over 1,400 blockchain companies are located in China. The U.S. and China make up to 52% of the global market share for blockchain enterprises. The Academy also revealed that about 48 colleges in China offer degrees or certifications in blockchain engineering. The report also identified 4 types of blockchain technologies that have high potential for practical use. These include settlement chains, which allow transparent publication of telecom fees for companies like China Mobile and China Unicom. The report also mentioned cold chains, which allow consumers to verify the source of their food by scanning QR codes, and the Trustable cross-border payments platform, which helps buyers and sellers get due diligence information on their counterparties. The report also mentioned blockchain monitoring platforms, which can help financial regulators identify order irregularities between different exchanges. Major Chinese tech companies like Tencent, Ant Financial, Hui, and Alibaba have created blockchain alliances. Cryptocurrencies and NFTs are allowed in China, and their legality is protected in the courts. However, initial coin offerings, digital exchanges, and cryptocurrency mining are banned in the country. China has included blockchain technology on its official national agenda. In October, the Chinese government said that it would focus on cloud computing, blockchain, and AI to improve data management and government services. And I guess, as something of a reminder, we have Zhao Yi. He's the Communist Party secretary for the city of Fuzhou, and he has pleaded guilty to assisting Bitcoin miners between 2017 and 2021. Which is kind of wild because China effectively turned a blind eye to Bitcoin. They'd come out and they'd announce that crypto is bad and everything, but very little was actually done. Well, it looks like they're starting to play catch-up. I say that because according to a report by the state-owned news program Xinwen Linbiao, Yi was accused of accepting over 125 million Chinese yuan in bribes related to construction programs and illicit promotions during his tenure from 2008 to 2021. In addition to other charges, Zhao Yi also pleaded guilty to charges related to business transactions with Bitcoin miners from 2017 to 2021. It is not clear if these charges are related to other counts. According to local media, during his tenure, Zhao Yi provided support to cryptocurrency mining companies. This aid came in the form of subsidies, capital aid, and electricity insurance. Now, these actions went against national regulations and the theory of new development, causing significant losses in public property and negative consequences. For now, the court has adjourned and will sentence Yi in a future session. The Chinese government banned all cryptocurrency mining activities on September 24, 2021, citing the need to reach carbon neutrality targets because of the high energy costs. This legislation blocks cryptocurrency miners' access to electricity and capital markets and includes a ban on investment in the industry. The ban on cryptocurrency mining has been hard to enforce due to the decentralized and peer-to-peer nature of the industry. In May of 2022, it was reported that China had become the world's second biggest Bitcoin mining hub again, despite the ban. This legislation also allows local authorities to impose a cryptocurrency mining tariff of 0.3 yuan per kilowatt hour of electricity used instead of cutting off energy if mining is discovered. 3Comma's API leak victims want their money back and they want an apology. And I would say they're due an apology because 3Commas took a long time to admit that there was a leak. 3Commas said that they didn't believe the reports from the community. The users feel like they were lied to. And that's because for a few months, 3Commas and some users have been arguing about unauthorized trades happening on users' accounts. 3Commas and its CEO, Yuri Sorokin, initially said that there was no hack or breach and that it was not possible for an employee to have caused the problem. They suggested that the leaked APIs were caused by consumers being tricked by phishing. Finally, on December 28th, Sorokin admitted that there was a large API leak from the company. He said that a hacker had shared a database of API keys. He also said that the information in the files was true. As a result, 3Commas asked Binance, KuCoin, and other supported exchanges to revoke all the keys that were connected to 3Commas. Sorokin also said that they'd looked into the possibility that the leak was caused by an employee, but couldn't find any evidence of this. The community was surprised when 3Commas admitted to the leak because on December 11th, 3Commas had said that consumer reports of a leak were not true and that they were being spread by dishonest people using faked evidence. Some people on Twitter have accused 3Commas of lying and using fake evidence and of blaming and insulting the victims of the hack. A popular crypto trader named Coin Mamba tweeted that 3Commas kept saying that the problem was the customer's fault instead of admitting responsibility and fixing the problem. Coin Mamba also asked if 3Commas would now refund the users. ZachXBT is a blockchain expert. He's also criticized 3Commas and said that they were the problem with the industry. ZachXBT has been talking about an API leak for several weeks. Many people left angry comments on 3Commas' tweet confirming the leak. One wrote that they would see 3Commas in court if they didn't get their money back right away. And finally tonight, Kraken will stop operating in Japan on January 31st, 2023 due to weak global cryptocurrency market conditions and market conditions in Japan. The company has stated that it's just not currently justified to allocate the resources needed to continue growing its business in Japan. As a result, Kraken will not serve clients in Japan through Payward Asia. The exchange previously operated in Japan as Payward Asia. The company began offering services to Japanese residents in 2014, but stopped trading 4 years later. In September of 2020, Payward Asia's registration as a cryptocurrency exchange provider with the Financial Services Agency was approved, and it began offering deposits and withdrawals in Japanese yen and trading services in October of that year. They offered spot trading for 5 cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. Payward planned to provide Japanese traders and institutional investors with new investment opportunities in 2021. The company has announced that it will remove deposit functionality from user accounts on January 9th, but will continue to allow trading functionality to enable users to convert their balances to the asset of their choice. If there are any remaining funds, they will be transferred to a guarantee account at the Legal Affairs Bureau in accordance with legal requirements. Users will need to work with the Legal Affairs Bureau to retrieve their Japanese yen balance if they do not take any action before the deadline. The failure of FTX has had a significant impact on the cryptocurrency industry and has contributed to the ongoing decline of the market. Many companies, including Kraken, have had to reduce their operations or lay off employees due to the decrease in value of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Last month, Kraken announced plans to lay off 1,100 employees, approximately one-third of its workforce, in order to survive the current bear market. And that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank you, my listeners, because when you stop listening, I will stop talking. We'll see you tomorrow night.